Hello and welcome to my weekly take on what lies ahead astrologically. And I think you'll find July as a whole is going to be very interesting. I use my word carefully there. There's such a lot going on astrologically, not least two major eclipses, and the first of which we have this Tuesday coming up. So I'm going to spend a little time talking about that eclipse. It's a total solar eclipse, which means it's spectacular to look at. And if you live in Chile, or you happen to be in Chile or Argentina, you're going to be able to see it. And also parts of the Pacific and South America will also get a view. But of course, what's important to us is, what does it mean? What happens if that eclipse is really affecting our charts? Well, the thing I'd like to say first of all is that if it's your birthday next week, you'll be a Cancer, then this will have a very important message to bring you during the course of your year. It's going to be a life-defining year. You'll have to wait to find out what that exactly means. But when we have the tracing of an eclipse in our birthday chart, it has a meaning. And of course, in general, for all Cancerians, this eclipse, it's a new moon eclipse, a solar eclipse, so it has a lot to do with new beginnings and opening of new chapters, which is always a very positive thing. Now, there are another four signs who I think this eclipse is particularly important for. That's the Capricorns, the Arians, and the Librans. And these are the four cardinal signs altogether. And the biggest effect, the most noticeable effect of new chapters beginning suddenly, unexpectedly, and also chapters beginning because you bring them into being. Those are the four signs, if you like, at the front of the queue. But every sign has the eclipse somewhere in your natal chart and in your solar chart, and I've addressed that in my forecast for you on the site if you go to Astrology. Now, back in the day, back when the ancients were looking at the heavens and making predictions, eclipses were of huge significance. I have to say they were mostly full of doom and gloom about eclipses. They tended to be used to decide whether a war was going to be won or lost. But nowadays, we contemporary astrologers have a little less of a kind of extreme version of what they may be. But we certainly note, and I always say, that they are game changers, and we can all experience shifts in our lives if the eclipse connects with something in our natal charts. Now, one of the things that I did notice when I was looking at this eclipse, or the forthcoming eclipse, is that it is very strong in the chart of America. And that means that this whole idea of innovation and newness and new chapters is really directed at America, because Independence Day is, of course, this coming week as well. And as if we needed, or I needed, any more kind of grist to my mill, right on Saturday, as I'm recording this for you and also writing some of my forecasts, a new deal, well, not a new deal, but the renegotiations on trade have been reopened by Donald Trump and China. And that really is very good news indeed. You'll get a little bit more information on this eclipse if you go to my homepage and, of course, in all your forecasts. And actually, you'll also find that there's something I've written in connection with this eclipse to do with Meghan and Harry. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.